Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashley. Welcome back to another episode of But Like Butter. Okay, so I'm bringing y'all something new, mile high version, pineapple upside down pound cake. Y'all don't judge me. I forgot the cherries, but I love the way it came out. Love the way the crumb came out. So what's different about this cake? So the recipe is going to be standard, but you can follow along with how I made the cake. I want to keep it kind of entry level ish, but if you're not an entry level baker or you just want to try something different, you can take it up a notch. So differences in this cake than in my other cakes. I use half cake flour, half all purpose flour in this one, and I use salted butter. Definitely think it made a difference in this cake. Definitely love the way it came out. I love the blend of all purpose and mile high. All purpose and cake flour. Was doing a little experiment with my sour cream pound cake series. You can go catch that series if you want to look at the variations I made with that cake. Like some of the variations, like the half and half flour and the salted butter. I always we use unsalted and add salt. Salted butter is definitely a game changer. Don't believe me? Try it for yourself, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this recipe so I'll show you how to make it. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna start off by whipping that butter. Okay, so I use salted butter for this recipe. Now, I know I said I was gonna keep it basic for the actual recipe, but if you wanna kick it up a notch, you can use salted butter. We're gonna cream it with the sugar for about 5 minutes until it's nice, light, and fluffy. At regular recipe, unsalted butter, and you can add salt, like a half a teaspoon. All right. Recipe will be in the description box below. Don't want to confuse you, but want to talk about like some variations you can do with this recipe. All right. So we're creaming and we're scraping down a little bit on our paddle. You definitely want to use the paddle attachment when creaming your butter and your sugar. Well, for the whole process for mixing, that's my preferred method. Even though some people do the whisk attachment, it's been known to possibly add too much air into your batter. But anywho, here we are adding our pineapple emulsion into our batter. You can use pineapple extract, whatever you can find. So we mixed it, and then we're adding our room temperature eggs, 10 of them, one at a time, mixing until combined, and then adding the next egg. I used to say mixing, well, we're not, I don't want to confuse people. We're not mixing and mixing. We're mixing until it's combined and then adding the next egg. I think that helps some people that maybe over mix at this part of the process, just to add a little clarity, all right? So then we have a combination of all purpose flour and cake flour here. You can use all purpose, you can use all cake flour, or you can use the combination of the two. Typically, what I use is all purpose flour. I don't sift. You can sift if you like. You can sift once, you can sift twice if you want a finer crumb. With the buttermilk, this cake is pretty moist and pretty light for a pound cake, I would say. All right. Buttermilk also should be at room temperature. We're going to alternate the flour with the buttermilk until we've used all of it. So, like in threes or in fours or whatever, make sure you start with your flours or flour and you end with your flour, okay? Our oven is already preheated to 325 degrees, so we're all set and ready to go once we get to the part where we're getting our pouring our batter right and prepping our pan. Prepping the pan first, right? Okay. And then pouring the batter. All right. So we get that all nice and mixed. I scraped down the sides of the bowl before the last mix there, but of course I have to do a little bit more here. All right. And so we're going to grab our pan. Well, first we're going to grab our butter and then we're going to melt that down and we're going to combine that with our light brown sugar so our cake doesn't come out dark, okay? Whisk that together. I heated the butter in the microwave in 30-second increments. You just want to take it slow so it doesn't pop everywhere and melt down too fast. And then we're whisking in our pineapple juice. We reserved pineapple juice from the can of pineapple rings. So we're spraying down our pan. I'm just coming in with the pastry brush. If you want to use the pastry brush, make sure that you use one that doesn't shed. I don't have a problem with mine shedding ever. Okay. Then we're adding that brown sugar butter mixture with the pineapple juice right in here, okay, right at the bottom. I just put enough to cover the bottom of the pan, so you can stop when it covers the bottom of the pan. If you have a little bit left, that's okay. So we're gently adding our pineapples to the bottom of the pan. Don't be like me and forget the cherries, but if you want to leave the cherries off, y'all, it was still great without them. You add your cherries in the middle of the pineapple ring at this point if you wanted to add them. Place them on the side too. Loved adding the pineapples on the side. When I did the regular pineapple upside down pound cake, I didn't add them on the side. Now, one of them wanted to be cantankerous and fall off, but that's okay. For the most part, it stayed. And then you can just press it back into the cake and it's fine. Okay. So then we're adding our batter. So you want to be gentle. You want to add the batter inside of the pineapples, right? Okay. And then we're going to, I always spread my first layer and then we're going to add a second layer. So you can see how I'm doing like so. So I'm not saying that you're not going to have any batter besides the pineapples, but you want to kind of do it inward, right? So you're not pushing the pineapples down or suffocating them, or if you want to say that, or like lack of a better word, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, so we're adding our second layer of batter on here, and then we're just gonna do the same thing. We're gonna just gently cover and smooth the top of our pound cake right here. All right, I did not tap with this because we had the pineapple rings. So I know a lot of people typically tap. I did not. Took it out the oven, let it cool for about 15 minutes before I flipped that thing over. And baby, you see the pineapple fell off. That's okay. We put it back. And we got a nice little cut right here. I'm going to show y'all definitely, before we get into the taste test. I love how they came out, the golden color. It's beautiful. It was super moist. Okay. Can't wait for y'all to try this recipe. Look at that. Ooh, let's get into the taste test. Okay, so let's give this a little taste. And I mean a little taste, all right? Because you've been rocking me long enough. Me and citrus don't get along, but this cake smells so good. I might be a little glutton for punishment this time. Hmm. Mm. Oh, it's getting better. Look. Okay. Another taste. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Moist, bursting with flavor. That pineapple emulsion is definitely what it is, y'all. Can't wait for y'all to try this cake. So you know what I want y'all to do. Grab the recipe in the description box or link in the comments, okay? Don't be stingy. Make sure that you share, comment, and subscribe, and come back and join me for more over here with the light butter. All right, bye. Y'all know I ain't supposed to be eating this, but you know what? I don't need to eat this side because that's where the pineapple was, but this is emulsion, so it should be okay, right? Not really, but one last bite.